Hold on, wait a minute, Mr. Postman. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel where being a cutie is a birthright. I'm going to be reading confessions off of Reddit / what crazy things people have experienced. If you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up, comment, and subscribe. Let's get into the video. So the first comment is, bought a hooker off of Backpage to lose my virginity. Paid for an hour, lasted only 2 minutes after the BJ and insertion. Felt like absolute scum for throwing away $150 like that. Boy, you spent $150 to lose your virginity.
Sir, come on.
If you're like gonna be spending $150, you should have been able to keep her for another $58. So this person says, as a teenager with my then girlfriend, she tore my frenulum with some very heavy-handed action. Is it because she forgot to moisturize her hands?
This is kind of funny. I'm sorry I laughed.
Maybe she had like calluses in her hand because she works out a lot. I don't know, maybe she forgot to moisturize. Maybe that. The next confession is,
I thought I heard something. I'm going crazy.
anyways, first BJ I ever got, it was after we both had started drinking. So I don't know if that played a role in it, but it was full of teeth.
Yikes. I'm sorry.
Don't know exactly how a BJ was supposed to feel like, but it wasn't pleasant. Ended up getting my, you know what, cheese grated and scabbed over on the underside for about 2 weeks. I hope you got that checked out. I know you're not doing that no more after that experience.
Load.
So the next confession is, I hooked up with this really hot guy from work one night. I had an idea he was a virgin, but that didn't matter. However, what he did that night ensured he left that way.
Oh girl.
Things were going very well, getting hot very fast. All of a sudden he sticks his, you know what, in my belly button. I yell, what the are you doing? His only response was,
is that not where babies come from?
If you're asking that question and you are ready to do the acts, you need to learn some, biology, some basic body functions, or some basic body biology. His only response was, isn't it where babies come from? I grabbed my stuff and ran out so fast, laughing my ass off the whole way home. Amazingly, he came to work the next day and asked for a second chance. I had to say no. I couldn't even make eye contact. Sis, I wouldn't either. I would laugh so hard. I'd look at the person and be like,
are you joking?
Psst. Stop. So the next comment is, I spent 5 months in a mental hospital, saw a lot of crazy stuff. I'm not gonna say that word. One of the worst was a woman who would regularly just squat and take a dump wherever she was, in the middle of the dining area, outside the patient's bedroom, anywhere. You learn to ignore a lot of stuff that happens in a mental hospital, but this was one thing that couldn't be ignored. Man, stuff like this make me sad. I wonder how they dealt with dealing with the lady who took shits everywhere. So another one is, sometimes in middle school when I was late for class because I was in the restroom, I'd punch myself in the nose till I got a nosebleed. So I had an excuse to be late.
I think you need help.
That was only middle school and you're doing that? What are kids doing these days? If that was my kid, they get an extra whooping when they get home.
Crazy.
Another one is, I feel like women should start calling their husbands
master
to establish boundaries. Boy, shut up if you don't stop. So he says, let's face it, modern women are uncontrolled. Who will ride Chad's you know what and marry a nice guy after most Chads are done with her, and nowadays too many women want to treat their man like an emasculated bad word. This is not okay. Boundaries need to be established. Know that when you get married, your body is not yours to do whatever you want around with anyone. Me trying to reword some things. It's your husband's, as you are now his property.
But I hope you get slapped.
So start showing him your respect. When I get married, my girl is gonna call me master or see the back of my hand quite often. I think this person needs a lot of help.
Sir, who hurt you? Who hurt you?
This person seems to be very hurt. I do not agree with abuse. You should probably look into therapy because you gotta move on. Let that stuff, like, let it go. Damn. So the next one is, so she says, I ghosted my boyfriend of 5 years. There has to be backstory. If you dated someone for 5 years, why let it go like that? Okay, so it says, I came over his house one morning to surprise him with breakfast and a video game he wanted, only to find him naked, asleep, and with his ex, yikes, curled up in his arms. Sis, ghost him. I'll go crazy. I don't know how you just walked away. I would go crazy.
Not crazy enough to go in death row.
But I would be crazy. It continues to say that he didn't hear me come in, so I closed his bedroom door and left his breakfast and game on the kitchen counter along with my key to his house. Sis, I would have taken that breakfast with me and ate it. I don't know why you left it there for him. Why? Why you do that? Just wasted some money. Just, girl, take your breakfast. I went to my car, deactivated my Facebook. Sis, why you gotta do all of that just because of a guy? Like, I just end it right then and there. And blocked him with all forms of social media. I then called my phone provider to change my number before driving off. I texted family members and close friends that we're no longer together and to block him on social media as well. I didn't tell them why. I was in a position to end the lease at my apartment early, and I started a new job in a different city later that week. Damn, girl, you move fast, especially starting a job in a different city. That's something I would do. I'd move cities, but I feel like that's too much. I'll just break up with the person and do me. I completely removed myself from him and didn't offer a shred of explanation or opportunity for dialogue. I disappeared from his life after this. Honestly, good for you. Like, if someone cheated on me, I'd go crazy, then disappear. So I give you props on like handling this in a more mature manner, because
The African side would have come out of me like real fast.
so the last one is, okay, so it says, I slept with my daughter's ex-boyfriend. He got me pregnant and I had an abortion. They got back together and got married. Nah, that's wrong. That's disgusting. Like, why do people do this stuff? Like, damn. Apparently the backstory is, this was back in, let me think, maybe 1997. I was 38 and my daughter was 18, and she was dating Harry, who was 24. I was an alcoholic and dabbled in other drugs, mostly cocaine. Well, I hope you went to rehab. I was not a good person, yet alone a mother. Wait, I think she misspelled that. Yeah, you know what I mean. It's on the screen, y'all can see that. Let alone mother. I think you messed up in your grammar. Not like I was abusive to my daughter or anything, but I was generally inattentive and cared more about my alcohol, drugs than her. Especially in her teen years. I am 14 years sober now. Well, good for you. That's good for people like who are getting off of alcohol. I support that. She continues to say, I disapprove of my daughter dating Harry, but I never told her why. He would flirt with me constantly. And the age difference also creeped me out.
But it didn't creep you out when he was doing stuff.
Anyways, also he has an alcoholic and drug user. He was an alcoholic and drug user just like me. She broke up with him over his alcoholism. Soon after, she moved away not too far, but regardless, she didn't live with me anymore. Harry kept calling me and asking if we wanted to get drinks. I turned him down, but then one day, he said he had a bunch of coke and I couldn't resist. And man, this stuff makes me sad. He came over, we did the coke, and we ended up having. He was a very good looking guy. He looked a lot like the ridiculous 80s Justin Bieber picture that was on the front page today. That is actually what made me think about him. Damn, sis, you still thinking about him? For the next few months, maybe like 3 to 4 months, he would sometimes come over and we would have and do drugs and get drunk together. Any drug addict knows what that is like to have drug addict buddy in that way. Then I got pregnant. Making me cough. Then I got pregnant. I knew it was by him. I had to without a condom a few times stupidly. I never told him I was pregnant and went and got an abortion, or the abortion, and kept it a secret. I just spilled my juice. These stories have me messed up, spilling juice all over myself. So then I got pregnant. I knew it was by him. I had without a condom a few times stupidly. I never told him I was pregnant, and I went and got the abortion and kept it a secret. Anyways, I stopped seeing him after that. It was too weird. I also got sober for like 4 months before relapsing. Fast forward 2 years and my daughter contacts me and tells me that she got back with Harry. And that he is fully sober. I was mortified, honestly. He was gonna tell her that we slept together and she's going to hate me for life. They came over one day and said hi, and when my daughter was gone, Harry told me that there was no reason to tell her about what happened, and I agreed. It's been 16 years of marriage on their part. They have a kid together. Harry got cancer, then beat it. This is a whole story, but I would be so frustrated, and this is why it's not good to get involved into people's relationships. That's just like something that So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Those are some of the crazy stories I found on Reddit, or the confessions. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.
And this shit overlapping, it already happened. Break up for the moment.